Hello, A.S. Willman here, reading Six Bullets, Seven Kills, Chapter 6. John Kessler regained consciousness, laying flat on his stomach, left face profile embedded in the waterlogged grass 100 feet away from his cobblestone roundabout driveway. He started to blink away the misty rain, licking his exposed face, figuring out he needed to physically rub the wet off. John began to slowly stretch himself, checking for any sudden pain. He was surprised. He could feel that his body contained not such a sensation, his fingers grasping at soggy patches of grass. His left arm was moving out of its upper mold, easily sliding down to his left side. His head felt as if he had just woken up from a nice nap. This is not right, John Kessler thought clearly to himself. He awkwardly dug himself to the ground, rising to catch flashing red-blue lights from the outer arch of his driveway. This drew his attention to the sheriff deputy car. The flashes brought hope to what? John searched for his current blank memories. Before this drenched circumstance, he found himself intertwined. Radio squawking helped John discover the flashlight beam coming from the interior of his house, the section his father built for him. A front window broke out. Then John remembered. The scissors and scalpel replay caused him to return to the earth, vomiting whatever his stomach held. The bone crunching sounds provided audio to the werewolf eating for retrieval of Audrey's liver. Rage bleeds out his sorrow. Determination to kill the non-fictional creature fueled his pace to his front door. Upon viewing his steps and columns to his front porch, a distinct memory drastically halted his pacing. Being roughly dragged down his brick front steps, this briefly brought consciousness to his eyes. He remembered his boots skipping off the last, hitting the brick walkway with the continuous of his body by his neck collar. The light green liquid container bobbing close to his view, 3 strokes behind the werewolf to his left. A human voice spoke. After this, bunker in. He wants you and your pals to make a visit known to the entire world of Hollow Pass. Deep growls in his talkative way passed through his upper body. He caught movement in the liquid. His son is still alive. Don't worry about me. He and I have been doing this for 117 years, the human voice said. John made out his son's body. His son's arm moved in a slight waving motion. He started to cry. That was the last memory of his son. John felt the abundance of knowing this rooted deeply in his hollow heart. He found himself on the second step, staring at the bullet hole and blood splattered on his glass. Fuck. He shivered at the unstoppable werewolf. The deputy's radio made out some words. Look, we are en route, and stop this Friday the 13th bullshit. Sheriff Wright just told me to relay. No more Twilight Zone marathons while on duty. I'm telling you, the deputy was saying, revealing that Bradford Montgomery was the deputy making the squad card rounds by opening the front door to a staring John Kessler. Oh, shit! Deputy Bradford Montgomery shouted, seeing stone-cold blue eyes staring through his mortality. For Christ's sakes, they're in 5, shouted from Deputy Montgomery's shoulder speaker. John, hey, it's me, Brad. Look, buddy, I do not think you should go in there. It's bad. I mean, it's really bad. Deputy Bradford Montgomery held his hands up in a non-threatening manner. John focused his gaze very lightly. I already seen my wife murdered before my eyes. My son. My son stolen from me, paralyzed. Christ almighty, John. That was the burnt body of your wife? He was horrified. The different description of Audrey sent reality back to John, conflicting his last image of his wife. Brad, he said in a voice of identification. Yeah, John, it's me, he said in relief. Did you find the claw marks? John flatly asked. I did not know I was looking for claw marks, John, he said, puzzled. However, I did notice the bullet hole in your door glass and the splatter of blood after I noticed your house smoldering while making my rounds. John took the steps needed to stand firmly on his porch. You see, John, I was watching a Twilight Zone marathon, 3 hours long. It was decent. Some I've seen a bit more than I wanted. You know, they got more episodes, but sometimes it feels like the same 20. Deputy Montgomery was chattering along, seeing John ease up. Is that so? Said John. Yeah, I'm eating a basket of Dado fried chicken in the refrigerator at the station. Sheriff Wright's wife always makes a ton of extra for us deputies. I have the first 6 hours at the station, last 4 on the road. Deputy Montgomery found himself at the present. Yeah, the Twilight Zone, Brad, John said. Just wish it had not turned out to be real. About those claw marks, do you think, John, that you can show me? The past midnight hour on a Friday and 13th day and all. Deputy Montgomery tried his best to untwine the friction tension. I'm glad you believe, Brad. Bring your light over here, John said, strutting over to the werewolf's first breach. Deputy Montgomery gulped. Right behind you, John. He was already at the broken window frame, waving Deputy Montgomery closer. He was searching for marks. Deputy Montgomery shined the light beam from upper to both sides to the window sill at their feet. Morning must be coming. Look, John, the fog is coming in thick, he said, peering off the porch. John did not even turn to see. Yeah, the fog is thick. Now shine your light right here, Brad. He was rapidly tapping his right boot at the spot a foot back from the window sill. Deputy Montgomery's illuminated 5 dug-in holes to the front porch floorboard. What the fuck is that? He stood up, looked Deputy Montgomery in the eyes. Claws from a werewolf. Follow me with that light. He traced the path he suspected of the werewolf came for him after his dead dog magic trick. Deputy Montgomery just stood there, dumbfounded. Werewolf? Yes, Brad. Now bring the fucking flashlight and I'll continue to show you, John yelled irritably. Deputy Montgomery high-stepped quickly inwards towards him. That fucking thing is still in here? Deputy Montgomery asked, worried, remembering his previous search of John's house.